and welcome back to my channel. So today I've created for you this look right here and I am super pleased with how it turned out. I have to say I was a little bit panicked about filming this video and trying out these shadows because I have got the Jaclyn Hill Morphe Vault in my hands. So I ordered this, the date was released. I was actually quite surprised that I got my hands on it. I know that it's sold out in America, it's still available in the UK, strange. We know it's all been very controversial. I was originally buying it first time round. After all the issues and problems, when it got the release date changed, I thought, you know, I don't need it, I'm not going to buy it. I actually don't think the hype has been as much because of the re-release. But then literally on release date, the email came through and I hit that button, like I'm on a no buy. So yeah, anyway, I've got it. And from what I've used, I am completely pleased with the formula, completely pleased with how it blends. But like, for the money, this is a fantastic, fantastic palette. I obviously bought the full vault, which comes in the 4 shadows. I am not filming a review on each palette. I've already got far too many videos planned. So originally today I was going to use the Armed and Gorgeous palette. That's the one with the greens, or the Dark Magic palette. To be fair, I'll probably use the Dark Magic palette. I really want to do like a green sort of look. I had already planned to do that, so it makes sense to use this palette. I was going to do that today, but I'm actually going out. I opened up Bling Boss and it really does have my name written all over it. Obviously, I love purple. I've got purple in my hair. I have purple nail polish on. I couldn't put green on my eyes today, I just couldn't do it, so I have used this. And I did want to use this purple colour right here, but again I'm going out and it's a Sunday afternoon and I just don't want to look too over the top, so I've used quite a few colours in the palette anyway. You'll see as I go through that I didn't really have any problems. I had a problem with this eye watering, which is nothing to do with the palette. Yeah, honestly I'm completely happy with how this has turned out and how this worked for me. When I ordered this, it came from the Morphe UK site. It took about 3 to 4 days. I got free P&P. It was £49 for the whole lot of them. You can buy them separately at £15. Do I need them all? Absolutely not, but yeah, I wanted them. You need them all? I'm not sure. Maybe the original Jaclyn Hill palette is more, I mean, it's similar in colours, maybe it's a little bit easier to use, it's a little bit more beginner friendly. Although yeah, I didn't find any problems with these at all. I do find that the original one is just very, very easy to use. I could use the shimmers with my brush, with my fingers, I could use them wet, I could use them dry. Like honestly, it's a fantastic palette. So if you've got that, maybe you don't need the vault. Is there anything else I can say on these? When I ordered them it said V1. So people were saying that meant Vault 1, like Volume 1, and that I would be receiving Volume 1 with inconsistencies. I mean, I don't know if that's true. It definitely did say Volume, it definitely did say, it said Vault Collection and then under it said V1. I've only played with one palette. I've swatched some of the other ones. I can't say at all if they're all going to have the same consistency. When I play with them a little bit more, even though I'm not doing a full review, you'll see me use them in videos and blah 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 blah. So I will know if there are shadows that don't blend properly. But on the whole, I am completely happy with the Bling Boss palette and the shades that I used. As I said, I need to play with it a little bit more to give the full review. But yeah, if you want to see how I created this look, please just keep watching. I'm using Bling Boss from the Jaclyn Hill Vault, as I already said, and originally I wanted to use quite a few of these colours. I didn't want it to be too dramatic, but I just got a little bit carried away with myself. So yeah, this isn't a review because I've not used enough colours to review it. Also, it's the first time, so it's more like a first impression of these colours. I wanted to use as many as I could, but in actual fact I didn't use as many as I would like. So I did use, so I've used Hush Hush, Sparks, Rockstar, and I went in with a little bit of this Berry Treasure because it is just literally so gorgeous. And for the shimmers, I planned on only using one, but as I went in with each of them, I felt like I needed to keep adding, so I have dipped into the 3 of these. What I will say right away is that these don't feel as soft and creamy as the original Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. I did struggle to put them on a little bit. I gave my brush a spray, but I actually don't like how they look with the spray, so I prefer to use them dry. Let's go in and do this eye and maybe we'll see if there was a wee bit of a difference. What I will say is quickly also, this eye was running like crazy and it took me so much longer to do than I originally planned. I don't have much time as I've got a client, so I'm going to try and get this eye done as quickly as I can. So my whole face is primed and ready to go, and also my eye is primed and set. So I'm just going to go in with Hush Hush. I'm just using like this fluffy brush, and just so that you can see there's not like much dust or fallout, it is pressed quite hard, and that is me pushing in quite hard. So I actually am going over the full eye with this colour and into the crease and a little bit above. Yeah, I wanted this look to be more of a wearable everyday look. I have a client soon and I'm also going out for a few drinks. It is a Sunday afternoon, so I definitely don't want to look overly done. Let's hope when I have the rest of my face on that this actually doesn't look as dramatic as what it does right now. Next I'm going in with Sparks. I found this to be a lovely shade. I've not tapped in too hard, so as you can see, like, it's not placing like a ton of pigment, which I quite like, because I would rather build this colour up and pat it on the eye quite a few times than going in and it's just like intense and too hard to like move about. My light might just be a little bit too bright. I'm going to turn it down a tiny bit. Hopefully now you can see the detail on my eye a bit better. So you can see I'm having like no troubles blending this colour out. There's no patches or harsh areas. If you see any on this eye, it was due to the eye watering, and I've actually no idea why it was watering. I did spot clean my brushes before I did this tutorial, so maybe there was a little bit of product left on, and my eyes are sensitive at the best of times, so that could be the reason. So I'm bringing this over into the middle of the eye, up into the crease, blending it right the way around, blending it right the way around here, and I'm bringing it up and out just because we are going to create that sharp line. And please ignore my eyebrows today, like I literally do not know what is going on with them. I'm having such a bad brow day. And I have dipped back into this shade quite a few times now, and when you're happy with that, just leave it there. I'm going to see, I might have to go back in with some more of this shade, but at the moment I'm going to see how it looks when I now go in with Rockstar. And I used Rockstar on like it's a Morphe 433, so as you can see it's like thinner, it's like, so it's tapered up like this, like it's more flat, and I'm taking Rockstar like on the brush like this, tapping off the excess, and what I'm going to do is use the flat side of this brush to pack on the colour in the outside corner here. No reason to be biased towards these palettes. I don't have enough people watching my videos or subscribe to my channel to be paid for any sort of reviews or anything like that, and also I don't have Vault 1 to compare it to, although I was worried when I received this because people were saying that when they were placing their order, some said V1 and V2, implying that some people were getting Vault 1. I mean, like I don't know, mine said V1, and I don't know what shades it was that people had the problems with. I've actually watched that many reviews now that I don't know anymore. Like, there was that many conflicting situations. I've even watched some bad reviews with the new Vault collection. the second release. I don't know, it's all a bit strange. I guess I'll see when I use the rest of the palettes. Like, this is only the first one that I've touched. So as you've seen, I just brought that around the eye a little bit. Sorry, I need to get better with like my camera angles and stuff. And I'm looking down into a mirror so that I can get that right in the crease. So I think that I'm happy with that. Going in with a like smaller pointed brush, and I'm dipping into Berry Treasure. This colour is just divine. So a little bit, because again I don't want it to be too dark. So I'm going to press this colour on here and up the way, like where you would put your wing. So I'm kind of taking it up there and bringing it in onto the eye and up to the crease, and really tight into my crease, and I'm looking down into the mirror again, and I'm bringing that in all the way into the inner corner of the eye. You can see how the colour's placed on, and when you've placed that colour on where you want it, I'm just going back in with the flat brush that we used, Rockstar, and I'm just like blending in the edges. I'm not going over that colour, I'm kind of like above. I've done this eye so much quicker than the other one because I had to keep stopping, because I had like patches here and stuff on this eye because it was running so bad. And it's just a case of making sure that both eyes have got the right depth. So I think that this eye, the darkness comes in just a little bit further, so I'm just dipping back into Berry Treasure, like a tiny little bit, and I'm placing that on the lid. And then again, when you're happy with that, again I didn't plan on doing this, I cut the crease with some concealer. So this is the Bourjois Healthy Mix. I'm not using it for any other reason than that it was just sitting here right in the middle of my eye, and I'm going to take it up a little bit further because I've got hooded eyes. Where that has transferred, like up on the highest point, I'm going to bring that right the way around. I'm going to use this little tiny like eyeliner brush to create that really nice cut crease. I'm going to do this off camera because it does take a long time. I need it to be exactly like the other side, and also I want this to be about the eyeshadows rather than about like how to cut a crease. So I will be right back. So the crease is cut and it's set down with powder. What I'm going to do first is go in with this like blending brush that we started with, and I'm going into Sparks very, very lightly, and I'm placing that on this outside edge because we just want it to blend. And that's why I never like did it as neat in this outside corner as it is like on the inner side, because this is just where the colour's going to blend together. I can see that's quite patchy at the top of this eye. I did do my brows twice, like I wiped them off, so I don't know if it's affected the blend here because I layered like primer on, because I had no problem on this eye blending this. So right now this will be looking quite different from this eye because we've got the sharp line, and this is all like not blended properly and stuff. Just out here it looks a bit messy, but that is because I am just taking a makeup wipe and removing it completely. So I've put down Sparks, and then I'm going in with the flat brush again. I'm going in with Rockstar, and we're placing that again down this edge here. And I like to just blend that in with my finger. And then again with Berry Treasure, because that is more on the outer, we are keeping that in the outer here and up into the crease. So that I can have this eye looking more like this one, I'm just going to clean up this edge here, and now that's looking much more like the other side. So here's where I ran into, not problems, but just differences from what I was expecting. So I wanted this to be a nice like pink soft look. Started applying this shimmer. It looks very gold, like there's the softest pink through it, whereas I thought that this one here would be really quite pink. Anyway, I did start with Bling Bling, and I went in with this tiny little brush here, and I just placed it like on the flat side. These do feel like pressed much harder than the original Jaclyn Hill palette. So I started with this right in this inside corner. Can you see how that is not applying as pink as what it looks in the palette? Honestly, I went in next with this little brush here, and I went into Glitz and Glam down here, but it really didn't apply well with the brush and I had to spray it, and I really don't like how these look sprayed. That's not that everyone won't like how they look sprayed, I just felt like it made it look a little bit chunky, and with me having like older eyes, I felt like it just emphasised the texture on my eyes. So what I'm going to do this time is just going with my finger, because that's what I ended up doing. I added in with my finger, and I'm placing that along here, and I'll go up here and add into the detail line. Yeah, that applies so nice with the finger, but again, can you see, like, it's not pink at all, it's really, really gold. And then I'm going in with Ballsy down the bottom, and I'm just using my finger again, and I'm just going to place that actually everywhere on top, because that's what I did in the other eye, because I was just looking for some more pink, and I just went over the top with every colour. Okay, so now I've got my little brush here, and I'm just kind of mixing Glitz and Glam and Ballsy on that brush, and that's where I'm gonna go in and get this crease sharpened up. Like, I have two different eye shapes, and one of them's really lazy, and you can pick it up so much more on camera. This one's closed over a little bit more than this one. They won't always look completely even when I've got my eyes open, and honestly, until I started filming, I didn't even know I had a lazy eye. The first few videos I did, I was like, what is wrong with my eyes? I've got a squinty nose. I also never knew that. Just like looking at yourself constantly on camera, you just start to see all the imperfections. It's crazy. So the little brush that I used the last time that I didn't like, I'm going into Bling Bling, Glitz and Glam and Ballsy all at the one time, and I'm just placing it all over the eye, and that is what I'm using here to like dab or pat on that section there. So you want like this side here to come out into a nice blend, so you can see like it's a wee bit messy here. So I'm just going to tidy that up. So now that I'm happy with both of these creases, I'm going to nip off camera and I'm going to pop on some liner and my lashes, and I will be right back. I've done my liner, lashes and my base. I used the NYX Angel Veil Primer, and then I used the Tarte Amazonian Clay Foundation, and now I'm actually going in with Tarte Shape Tape under my eyes. Remember, a little bit goes a long way. So what did you all think of that applying? Honestly, for me, I thought that it applied really beautifully. There wasn't much fallout. You could see that there wasn't much under my eyes and stuff for me to clean up, so I really could have done my base first, but I really prefer to do it this way around anyway. I don't know how people get like under their eyes with these beauty blenders without like making such a mess. Honestly, there I've got it on my false lashes and everything, so I need to go over them with mascara. Tiny brush here, it's just like a pointed bullet brush. As you know, I don't like a blown out under eye, so I'm going in with Hush Hush and then Sparks, keeping it tight in to the lash line. Rockstar on the very, very outer corners. Yeah, I like that. But for just a little bit of blend, I've got like that, it's almost clean, and I'm just running that underneath just to like mesh all these colours together. I actually went in with the Soft Does Nails highlight, and I used this shade right here on a little tiny pencil brush. So I'm just filling that into the inner corners, and I've also got that as a brow bone highlight. So let me go away and put on my mascara, finish my face, makeup, lips, etc. and I will come back and I'll just give like an overall chit chat about the Bling Boss palette. That is my face completely finished. I just went for a nude lip because I do have quite a bit going on in the eyes. We could have went for like a neutral pink, but I just went for the neutral brown. I am really pleased with how this eye look's turned out. I'm just going to bring in and give you a closer look. So as I said, I am really pleased with how this eye look is turned out. I used a fair few shades in the Bling Boss palette, and these shades were honestly made for me. As you know, like, I'm a total purple diehard lover. For the next look, I would love to use like this total deep purple shade here and like this warm red. I probably won't do like a full review on them. If they end up in a favourite products video or a products of the week, then you know that I love them. You'll know that I love them if I just use them continuously. As I said, like the original Jaclyn Hill palette, I use over and over and over again, and you'll have seen it 100 times in all my tutorials. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I tried to make it a little bit more in-depth of a tutorial, and I did keep it nice and close in so that you could see the fallout and how it was blended and how it applied, etc. I do have to say I prefer how this eye looks than this eye, but we'll just say like they're sisters, not twins, and I actually need to still fix my eyebrows. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, just please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Mwah! Thank you, bye!